Debbie Schmidt. I'm a 3L at UNT Dallas College of Law. This is my Module 3 video assignment for oral communications. The topic is the Communicator's Roadmap. We were assigned a TED Talk, which is just an informative speech on the topic of our choice. And so I chose Esther Perel's discussion of why happy couples cheat. I let my psychology background kind of be my guide, and I have used that in the past as an advocate and an intervener in marital difficulties and relationships, and also as an adjunct family law mediator. I found it very interesting that Esther had so much background in working with couples that had experienced and endured infidelity, and of course did not endure in the sense that they stayed together, but they simply survived the trauma of the event. Her talk was very informative. She did not steer her speech to inspire. She was not giving romantic advice. She was simply trying to unpack the reality of why infidelity occurs in marriages. I found the anthropology of marriage that she included in her talk to be very interesting. The facts that we previously, before the 1900s, would have married simply to stabilize the community we lived in. It was an economic benefit to all involved to have that continuity. It was also for the purpose of identifying and singling out the children that would be issued the inheritance. And so certainly, even, she said, since time began, since we invented marriage, there's been infidelity. But the double standard to make sure that the men have identified the women that they are singularly responsible for has been the goal of what we would call fidelity. That being said, it also created a double standard, which is some cultures allow men to take on more than one wife as long as they continue to uphold and faithfully provide for the people that come forth from that union. And then, of course, the other half of that is the emotional component that is now present in marriage. So the anthropology being a more stoic, perhaps less emotional connection, certainly created an overall reward for the village and for the people in the union. There would be something you could count on, stability. And so her theory is that now we have begun to live twice as long. We have also introduced this entitlement, this sense that being happy is a component of what we do. And that means that when unions fail to promote desire, when the curiosity, when the spark of being involved with someone starts to wane and is replaced by the anchor, the stability of commitment, of the obligation to children, of the economic circumstances they're building or dealing with, those things anchor people to one another. And so she stayed very much in the informative topic. When she was directive toward the audience, she was simply pointing out some of their questions. And one of them that was addressed was how often fidelity is or isn't there. And she said that our society now is too open and our communications are so broad that it's very hard to define specifically what is an infidelity. And until we do that, we won't have a firm number on how many people quote unquote cheat. But nonetheless, I found her talk to be very informative and very helpful. Thank you.